Hello!
Hi!
Hi everybody! It's wonderful to be here. I am Karni Zor.
And I'm Gafnit Salvi.
And if you don't know us yet, I work with astrology for 20 years now. And I try to connect people to the natural frequencies of the universe. And Gafnit is a Wonder Woman. She's an artist and an educator. She opened a school which now has branches worldwide, which is called the Golden Education Template, and a youth movement which is also all over the world called the White Up. And we're going to talk together
about
the power of the rainbow. So first of all, you are part of this conversation. So if you're here, hi Anne, it's so good to see you. Say hello, give us a love so we know that you're here. State your name and where you're from, and we're going to have a time together, also hopefully with your responses and questions that will revolve around the rainbow. And of course it's done also at a full moon. This is a full moon gathering. So hello, hi. You can say your name and where you're from, and we'll say a warm hello to you. So tell us that you're here.
Yes. And this is actually the second broadcast.
Hi, Katie. Good to see you. And Anne.
Elevating.
Yes. So
for a new perception.
Yes. So let's give the context. We met here 2 weeks ago at the new moon. A new moon is a time to put in a new seed. If you want to learn something, it's a good time to do it at the new moon, because then you have time for that new knowledge to grow. And 2 weeks ago, we presented here the new concept of rising above the fog and creating a possibility for an elevated perspective. If you haven't seen it, you can see the video that we did 2 weeks ago. Hello, yes. Eleni from Cyprus. It's wonderful that you're here. And Kit, it's wonderful that you're here as well from, I think, Denmark. So it's so wonderful that we have here people that we meet in person or from these meetings from all over the world. It really adds. So 2 weeks ago, we really talked about the fact that we are full of noises. And fog and disturbances around us. And we started a whole process. If you were here, we actually gave during the last 2 weeks, each day, a question or something to think about or to do in order. Hi, our friend Jane from the UK. And hello, Stella, my student. It's wonderful to see you here. So hello to everybody. It's really, really great. We're really happy for everybody who's joining. So 2 weeks ago, we planted the seed of let's wake up and see that we're not really thinking clearly or breathing clearly. We're full of disturbances. And we posted each day in the last 2 weeks a question. We called it an elevated perception challenge. And if you were here, you visited the page, you could have seen the questions. And if not, don't worry, the questions are still here, so you can start at any time that you want and do this process. And in that, why are we talking today about again why are we talking today again? So hello to Camila from Brazil. It's so wonderful to see you with us. So how come today we decided to talk about the rainbow? Because if we're trying to clear ourselves from everything which is not natural, the synthetics, the noise, the electricity, the Wi-Fi,
the stresses, the news, the unclarities, confusion messages from the government, confusing messages from our municipalities. There is so many out there, noise, like
yes.
It's never dull moment of noise.
Yes, yes. So if we want to clear our aura space, our house, our mind, our emotions from things that are unnatural, the best way actually to do it is to connect to something natural. And this is why we declared this full moon celebration as a discussion or a gathering revolving the rainbow, around the rainbow, because the rainbow is something natural that we can trust. So we're going to get deeper into that. Just another thing, we're still in the introduction part before we go to the content, to say that it really also fits the astrological timings of these days. So moon wise, yes, we planted the seed of elevating above all the noise and the disturbances at the beginning of the moon. Now we're celebrating the full moon with connecting to a natural power, which is the rainbow. And the coming years, astrologically, planet Jupiter is going to very, very slowly, it's a 2 years process, get closer to planet Neptune. Hello, Kasha. It's good to see you here. And Neptune is the planet of nature, everything which is natural, including the intuition and the unseen world, but also nature. And this is what we believe the world is going towards, which is reverting back to nature. And
I just heard from someone saying, we always say, let's connect to nature. And then he stopped and he said, but actually, we are nature. We are part of nature.
Mm-hmm.
So if we connect to nature, actually we connect to ourselves.
Exactly. So we are natural. And the healing powers come from us returning to our natural selves. So maybe let's start with a small meditation even that will help us connect to our natural powers. So you can close your eyes if you want, or open them if you want, all is well, but try to be relaxed. If you're sitting, relax the muscles of your body, don't cross your hands or your legs, just allow everything to flow smoothly. And we're going to imagine the 7 colors of the rainbow washing our aura. So you can close your eyes and we'll start with the color red. And you can imagine beautiful bright red washing your aura, filling you with energy and with
vitality and vibration,
power
and positivity.
Yes. And now you can imagine your whole aura washed with the color orange, which is
curiosity and fascination and inspiration and wish to get to know new things.
Now you can imagine beautiful yellow washing your aura,
which is to do with communication to natural things, communication between good friends, communication to ourselves, and really see society as a glowing human being.
You can now imagine bright green washing your aura,
with amazing spring grass, with so many good ideas, fresh ideas, like fresh thoughts, and amazing jumping music that make us so vibrant and energetic.
And balanced as well. Yeah. And you can imagine the color blue now washing your aura,
which come really, really, really softly and clean us. And clean us and cause us to feel calm and confidence and trustful.
And now imagine the deep purple, which is the indigo, filling your aura
with wonder, with collecting of the goods, collecting of your present, our present that we got in life and what we want to develop out of them.
And finally, we're washing our aura with the color violet.
Just to do with our cast of our mind into the tomorrow, into the future, and the future is really here and now, which is gathering our strength towards the next journey we are proceeding in life.
So if you closed your eyes, you can now slowly open them, maybe move a bit. I'm wondering if you're feeling balanced, better, if you can register how you were before this meditation and now. We would love to know. So if you want, you can write or mark something. That would be wonderful to know that that if in fact it worked.
Yeah, here it's really changed the atmosphere.
Yes, really, it calmed.
Yes,
Everything down here. And one thing that you can see in the background here, Gafnit and I are thinking for 2 weeks about the rainbow, and then my 12-year-old son created these bottles. So this is kind of what? Wow, amazing, isn't it? So these are some bottles with the colors of the rainbow, and Kit says that it worked, the meditation worked. Wonderful.
Wow.
We would want
Great.
to hear more feedbacks. And so this is another something that you can also, do. Have something that will help you. Hello, Einav, shalom, good to see you. Hi. Something that will help you come back to your natural balances, because we are natural.
yes.
So Gafnit, what the rainbow is something that you have researched for a long time.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about the rainbow, please?
Wow, so many things, but let's start with the fact that every time we see a rainbow, we are in an awe. We are just in a magical moment and we say, wow, this is a successful day. We can remember rainbows that we saw in the past and now. And every winter it's come. And some places in Israel it's come every winter, but some places where they have often rain and often sun, you can see it. So what does it do? It's combined two huge forces. The water, which made out of two explosive gases, but when they come together, they cool us down. So it's hydrogen and oxygen. When they come together, they cool us down. Actually, when we develop in the womb, we have been in the water for 9 months, like a fish. And this has been our protection. So when the sun comes and meet the light, meet the water, it breaks down the white light into 7 frequencies. And this is another huge force because it's coming from another place. It's not my light bulb in the living room. And this is where, when we are in an awe, we look up to what created this amazing balance, in movement, wonderful, warm, loving planet that is our home. So these two great forces, when they gather, it's actually create unification for the moment. And as you know, it's not just a bow, it's actually a dome. It's actually also a pier inside the land. So it's actually a whole dome that we are covered with. And this is something, if you read again the Biblical story, I always refer to it, but I read it yesterday again, and there was good things and there was others. but actually after the flood, God said no more. So the flood was the water and God was the light. So the covenant was no more. From now on, I will protect you. Okay, we also need to do some work about protection, but it's quite fascinating to understand that when we want to go into a natural process, which also to do with seven days of the week, the 6th and the Sabbath, which is Saturday, for elevation, we can connect to them, and this will give us something to hold on. Like if we've been thrown into the sea and we need a piece of wood to hold on to, so we can be safe for a while until we will be saved. But the rainbow is something like this. Always refer to it. I always refer to it, and also in the book of the Good Night Sleep. It's a natural process from being awake, like very silvery, which is the time we are in, into the 7th frequency, and then gold is the sleeping. So this is a little bit about the magic of, and what we can do when we feel like in turbulence, when we feel like, oh, what to believe. And there is many ways how the rainbow can help us to take us through a process of this question that we send, and there is many more. To help us to ground ourselves to what is true and what is real, and what is give us confidence, and what is valuable about our life and our friend's life and humanity.
Yes. Wow, really, really, really amazing. Now, first of all, people here really also responded. Anne and Joanne from the Netherlands and Camilla from Brazil, that really the meditation, just going through the 7 colors of the rainbow, really calmed them down. And this is something so simple, so natural, that you go and you can do it whenever you want. And it also, Gafnit wrote the Good Sleep book, which gives a whole process. Can I show it, please?
Sure, it's in Hebrew.
So this is the Hebrew version, but we have it, she has it in English as well. And it gives you a whole process about what to do before sleep, to do with the 7 colors of the rainbow. And it's really, really wonderful. And she has feedbacks from all over the world saying that this actually works. And do you want to say something more about the book, maybe, or using the rainbow before sleep, or general?
Yeah, maybe just to show something that is part of the rainbow. As we know, in the middle of the rainbow there is the yellow, the green, and the blue, which are a trio of calmness, trio of peacefulness. And when we are in peaceful situation, even though it can be very turbulent around, it helps us to cool down, to come back to ourselves. And this is actually part of the book, and it's also a transparent sticker that you can stick on water. And actually, I just will say something that and I have a friend,
and that has your book, says it's a brilliant book. She wrote it right now.
Oh, thank you. I love when people sleep good. So a doctor she's from Sweden, she said that she needed for the night because she have lots of work and she needs sleeping well. But if in the daytime she feel like, a a little bit upset or a little bit not finding herself, she drink from the bottle that cover with this transparent inner peace qualities, and she sleep, and she's not sleeping in the daytime, but she is calm. So in this fog and in this really need to elevate, I think all of us feel the need to elevate. It's a natural process.
Yes, we're here to develop and to grow. I'm thinking also about the rainbow, and we're again, the context is that we want to get rid of unnatural things and to see how simple natural things can really help us. So for example, people now use caffeine and drugs and all sorts of things to make them perky, energetic. Why not just imagine red and orange from the rainbow that hold the more active parts, and they're resonating with something natural in us? Why not try that instead? Imagine what will happen when, instead of introducing to our system unnatural things, we will remind our systems the natural things it can do. Or if you want to calm down, why not imagine, blues? Now people, or purples, today people need to smoke drugs or to watch endless TV just in order to calm down from the stress. And what if you color your house, your bedroom, in calming colors? It's so simple. We have friends here that are with us, like Mimo from Germany is an expert also in colors. And we have other friends that what they do is actually go and introduce color to people's houses.
Yeah.
But how amazing is that? We are something that can heal itself when we connect to the natural things.
Yeah, and it's give us a cover. It's actually give us a cover, like a huge umbrella that protects us, because it's natural. It's natural. So imagine all these little rainbows all over the world which connect us. And I had a friend that when the children were really small, she used to get fire at them because she didn't know how to handle certain situation. And I just told her, please count until 7 before you explode. When she came to the 7, she didn't need to explode, or the explosion cut by half, because it's really going through natural process. In the red, give ourselves a good reason why we need to be what we need to be. In the orange, let's search for what is missing, because being curious is you search for something that is missing. In the yellow is actually, hey, it's my friends, it's my family. I want to connect with them on a positive note, not on a woo note. And in the green, let's find something else to do. Let's tell a joke. In the blue is like, maybe we wash the face, maybe we wash the hands, or maybe we look from the window. In the indigo is, okay, we understood something need to be clear, let's clear it after we cool down. And in the violet, let's proceed into the next. And she loved it, and I promised her to write a book about it. I still need to do it.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because we posted the colors in the last 2 weeks, and they go, not the colors, the questions. So if you were in this Facebook page, you might have received every day, Gafnit and I posted here a question, and it follows the rainbow. So we had the first set from red till violet. Now we have the second set from red to violet. After this meeting, we will post the next 7 questions now all together. And we're planning at the end of these 4 weeks to produce a small ebook and just to give it to everybody who wants. But the idea is that you can be so creative with that. It's not just about the questions we ask. where we're going to produce
Yeah.
4 different questions for red for weeks and 4 different questions for orange, but there are endless possibilities really to play with these natural colors. And as Gafnit said, when we're tapping to something natural, something huge is happening. And this is the difference between the isolation that unnatural things cause and the connection and inclusion that natural things cause. Because when we're feeding ourselves with caffeine, TV, Wi-Fi, we're actually
Pills.
clogging ourselves. We're clogging our aura. We're isolating ourselves. Unnatural food, synthetic fibers, everything. So, but if we're connecting to something natural, then my inner rainbow connects to your inner rainbow, to your inner rainbow,
In Brazil
Alba
and
from Colombia,
Wow.
and Anne from England, and Steve from the Netherlands, and also to the rainbow. And we're actually connected. We're enhancing something good, which is amazing.
Yeah, we create a little halo, little garden where we feel safe and we feel the healing and the well-being, because this humanity now is in a great cry for well-being. Because being locked in a house and see only one friend, for example, Mimo told me that her daughter can see only one friend a day. I mean, at a time, it's really, it's unnatural. So these kind of things can help us to create a halo and a little garden of well-being. And let's try to understand again, Karni, why is it the 4 times rainbow and the circle of the cycle of the moon?
Yes. So again, we're so fed with unnatural things that we forget that we're surrounded with natural things. And the ancient people knew the natural ways, and if we're just waking up a bit, we can see that we're surrounded by the natural world and natural possibilities. So our week is of 7 days, and this is not random. It completes a whole octave of the 7 colors of the rainbow. It's also connected to the 7 celestial bodies: the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. So the count of 7 is actually something really natural, and if we're aware of that, we can introduce the right planet, the right color to our life at the right day, and really be enhanced from that.
Yeah, and the musical note.
And of course, it's connected to the musical notes. Yes. So 7 has a whole octave of it. Now, when you think about the month, then the lunar month has about 28 days in it. So what is 28? 28 is 4 times 7. So the 7 is the natural octave, and the 4 is something to do with planet Earth and the repetition, because the symbol of planet Earth in astrology is the cross, and it has the 4 seasons in it. Earth anagrams to heart. Our heart also has 4 corridors in it, 4 rooms. Yes, 4 rooms in it. And so I'm saying also hello to Roseanne. Will I be okay in my present location? And it's really this is the question, so I'm never mind. So and Roseanne, I don't understand your question, but I'll give you an answer. And the answer is, Roseanne asks about her current location. Our location is not our physical surroundings. We're all now in interesting, difficult times, in isolation, maybe away from where we want to be. Our location is something inwards, inner. Yes, how can I create my own garden of Eden around me using the natural colors and the natural rhythms. So I'm going back to the 4 and the 7.
Yeah.
So the moon has its 4 phases. It also has 8 phases, but 4 main phases. And we met here 2 weeks ago when there was the new moon where you don't see the moon. And just a week after that, the moon is half a moon. Already a week after that, we have a full moon, and then it reduces again to the other half of the moon, and then reduces again to start a new cycle. Now, this has lots and lots of knowledge of it. First of all, if you want to do something and you have it embedded in you, to get used to it, to get it into your system, you need to do it 4 times. If we're and you want to do it also for at least 4 weeks, if not 4 months. The number 4 has to do with stability. And if you are smart, you will learn about the phases of the moon and how to interact with them. So as we said, the new moon is a time to get new knowledge. So we just introduced the fact that we're surrounded by unnatural things. Now we had 2 weeks to really think about it, and it grew and it grows into something fuller, which is the full moon.
Yeah.
Now we need to know that the moon is going to wax, to reduce itself. And what does it mean? It means that if we won't continue now with this amazing thing, because many things are amazing when we're introduced to them, but then they fade because we don't do the repetition and we don't do the commitment. We don't follow up the brilliant ideas that we heard of or that we had. So the challenge actually will be in the next 2 weeks, in which things need to go out. So either it will go out in the way that we forgot about it. We kind of, okay, we heard something interesting, we tried it for 2 weeks and we're off to the next Netflix series. Or we can actually, instead of getting it, I think we dropped off for a second. So instead of getting it out of us in the way that it lessens, we can actually get it out of us in a creative way.
Yeah.
So now you have the next 2 weeks to tell a friend about it. Our questions, what we are giving you for the following week, is actually to go and do something creative with this knowledge. And then it goes out of us, not in the way that it lessens, but in the way that we can give it away, and then we actually have more of it. So this is, it's all natural. It's all around us. We can see it if we follow the moon. We can see it in the names of the days, even Sunday, Monday, and Saturn day. And it's really, really, really all around us to reconnect to it. In ancient times, we didn't need someone to teach us that. It was kind of, this is how things are. But now we do need to reconnect to nature.
Yeah, revisit ourselves in nature, and we can actually use this process for something we want to get out of our system, which was printed in us from our childhood or from puberty or from stress in marriage or stress in university as a student, and it's really bothering us. So this process can really help us to take it out from the roots of it, but not as with a hammer on our head, but with a soft cover that we identify what it is and we say goodbye, go.
Yeah.
And then when the full moon is now, we can actually start to plant something that we want to replace this, that which we want to get rid of.
Yeah.
So this is one process we can do, and all of us have different kind of scratches from the past, and we can heal them. When we want to achieve something, we want to learn something new, we want to upgrade something in our a communication with ourselves or with friends or with in the family or with nature, research that we do, this really can help us to be dedicated. Not as a monk in the, but dedicated. It's help us because it's really a natural process and it can be fast. It does not need to be. And we can also write things down in our notebook that will help us to go through it. Personally, I took the challenge to get rid of fear from technology, because every technology tool in the house, basically I destroyed because I have fear from it. And I said, no, I want to get friends with few. Okay, it's not like as Karni is friend, she's like, but it doesn't really matter. For me, I felt I'm not wasting energy to be upset and to make myself small. I'm bad with technology. So it's really helped me so far.
Yes, amazing, amazing. And don't worry, if you missed, the first 2 weeks, then actually do it now. Go back, look at the questions. You can start now and follow the natural rhythms to introduce something new to yourself. Now, Anne asked the question. Before we read the question and answer, please think, if you have any question now, or if you have something that you discovered, if you took the notion that we presented last time about elevating above the confusion and the mess and really clearing ourselves a space which is clean. If you have some insights about that from the last 2 weeks, or if you have a question regarding what we're talking about now, please write it down, because we work very well with spontaneous questions.
Yes.
So Anne's question, and also I'll just say that Anne is also a part of the Ruby Mountain group, and the Ruby Mountain is a trail for learning this simple, natural, you can call it spiritual knowledge, but it's really natural. And if you're interested in learning more, you can take a look at the Ruby Mountain site, which is rubymountain.org. There is also a Telegram channel for the Ruby Mountain, and you can join these studies. And if you're listening and you are a young spirit, young in age,
and also in spirit.
And in spirit, then the Y top is the place also to meet young people. I think we're for 14, 21, and to be with this content together with young people who are like-minded.
Yeah, and we have a website, so it's ytop.org.
Yes.
Ytop in one word.
So let's say, which is the initials of Youth Template of Peace. Now, Anne's question, is it right that knowledge dies if it isn't shared? From time to time, so we hope that things are okay here. So, wow, this is a huge question. It has many levels into it. First of all, we're bombarded with knowledge, and if we don't take something and do a process with it, then it just goes away. So this is something to know, that in our lives, yes, if you're learning something and you don't use it by sharing it or practicing it, it goes away. This is one thing. The other thing is that if something has a real impact, a true, strong impact, it doesn't go away. It's out there in the aura of planet Earth for someone, sometime, to reveal, even if it's 1,000 years from now.
Yeah, and if it's a good knowledge, spread it with friends.
Exactly.
This is the idea. Speak about something that is meaningful.
Yeah, and it can be shared or it can be done, practiced. It's also okay. But share.
Yeah.
Yes.
We use it or lose it. But there is also the middle part, that actually, if it's important, it will stay. It will engrave in us the meaningful.
Mm-hmm. So we have from Eleni, she writes, the first letters of the colors ROYGBIV, the colors of the rainbow, makes the word by vigor. Beautiful. To be with great strength, energy, and health. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for this beautiful addition, Eleni. Yes. So let's see if there are more questions coming up. We're towards winding out in slowly.
Yeah, I want to say that this, whilst you think about questions, this is really a new process also for us in this way. And there is a lot of learning about it, and I really enjoy to respond every day to the question and to think about it, and it's like brought me back to the core of things. I know it's also about the book that people, when they fall asleep and then they wake up and their thought is wandering, if they get back into the little meditation and question of one of the seven, they really fall asleep really, really good. And it's something we all need for our strengths, because we need a lot of strength. So this process is also new to us, and this is a wonder. Why something new land on you all of a sudden? You say, we must do something with it.
Wow.
Wow. I mean,
why? Good question, Gafnit. What I feel, with new things that are landing, we can know what we know, or we can ask the questions, but mainly we want to be in availability to the new things and the bright and natural things that are now wanting to help the human kind. And when they recognize that there are people there available and that are really actually going to do something, they download these things, because the world really needs help now, and things want to help planet Earth. And it really reveals to us as well, we did a few times randomly last year, new moon, new knowledge, and now it came in like, oh, well, do it every new moon. Oh, do a full moon gathering to follow that. Yes, so we're starting, and I think Gafnit and I also work well with commitment. So we said we're going to do it for a year. Yes, and so in the whole next year we're going to give the new moon, new knowledge, like introducing something new, and then a follow-up with the full moon gathering with what came during these 2 weeks since we introduced the thing. And we really, really invite you to be with this process, to follow, to take part, to share, to give ideas, to ask questions.
Yeah, it's a wonder how many times we actually said, let's change something in our set of life, which is already, if we are a bit adult, it's already stable. And then we really wanted to change something, but the next day we forgot about it. But it is important, but we did forgot about it because we've been covered again with all this. So this kind of processes really, really help to get tuned, to stay tuned.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Yes, because there is so much dispersion in this world now, and we're in a silvery epoch, meaning that many, many, many things are happening. It's so difficult to have a heartbeat, to have a rhythm. So we're offering this heart. Our internet is disconnecting from time to time. So I think we're going to end soon.
So,
there are a million things to say.
We're going to share the 7th question all together. So you will have it. It's the 3rd week. So we're going to share it after or tomorrow morning.
Either after this, it will depend on what's happening here. But in the next 24 hours on this page, you will find the next 7 questions for the next week. If you haven't done the previous 14 questions, you can take a look and do them either all together or start with the first one, or start to now with the new week. It doesn't matter, as long as you, if you want, yes, to practice it. Practice working with the natural colors of the rainbow and having a rainbow heartbeat 4 times 7 in your life, and to see what it happens. Because you remember we did the meditation at the beginning, just a few minutes of introducing the colors and how much calmness it did. So imagine taking one color and working with it throughout the day. What amazing change it can do.
Yeah, and if the question does not speak to you, write another question.
Yes, exactly. So we're reminding the motive, which is go back to the natural things. We talked about the rainbow, but you can find other natural things out there that can help you. The power of connecting to the natural forces, making space from the synthetic world that we're in, which isolates us, to something which is natural, which can connect us. We will say goodbye. If you found value in this meeting, please share with friends, forward this session to other people so they can also use it and find it valuable. And we will be in touch in 2 weeks at least.
Yes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Keep safe, friends.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining.